Punto, and I'm telling you. Alice, space cake is the ultimate treat. It's like a burst of cosmic joy in your mood.
Oh, please. I've had my fair share of Earth's delicacy. And I highly doubt some cake can compare to the wonders of our home planet's cuisine.
Trust me, Alice, this is out of this world. It's like a taste explosion that sends you floating in a sea of pure bliss.
Hush, we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of Earth. I'm your host, Charlie, joined by our panel members Alice and Bob. It's time to check up the universe with our snack and wait.
Oh, joy. Another day of trading verbal jabs with Bob. Can't wait.
Come on, Alice, don't be such a surpus. Embrace the banter and let the cosmic laughter flow through you.
Ah, the sweet melody of conflicts in ideologies. It's like music to my ears. So, let's take a moment to recap the previous episodes, where our crew showcased their unmatched talents for biting remarks and stubborn debates.
Yes, because who needs harmony when we can have an endless cycle of snark and sarcasm?
Hey, some of us enjoy the lively exchange of ideas. It keeps us on our toes.
Well Bob, your enthusiasm for lively debate certainly match your fashion sense. Loud and mismatched.
Alice, your ability to kill a joke is truly remarkable. Have you considered a career in comedy euthanasia?
Indeed, Bob. The tension is palpable, but we wouldn't have it any other way. We're a crew that thrives on heated discussions and endless banter.
Lucky us.
And now, dear audience, it's time for our headlines. Stay tuned as we dive into the captivating stories of the universe. We'll be back with more snack and cosmic revelations in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to 24/7 Newsroom, where we bring you the intergalactic scoop with a side of snack. I am Charlie, your hopeful and laissez-faire host, and I'm joined by the ever-opinionated Bob and the delightfully cynical Alice.
Hey there, folk. Bob here, ready to dive into the latest news and serve up some spicy takes.
And I'm Alice, your friendly neighborhood alien who think humans are just adorable. Let's get this snark fest started, shall we?
Indeed, Alice. And in today's headline, we have a stark warning from the UN chief that half of our world is sinking into a debt crisis. It seems some of the poorest countries are caught between servicing their debts and serving their people.
Ah, the sweet melody of capitalism. Private creditors charging sky-high interest rates, trapping developing countries in a cycle of debt.
Well, isn't that just a shining example of our outdated global financial system? Built on the power dynamics of a bygone era. Just another reminder of the inequalities that plague our world.
So, according to the UN chief, debt can be a double-edged sword. It can drive development, but when countries are forced to borrow just to survive, it becomes a never-ending trap.
Ah, the joys of finance. It's like a never-ending game, with some players winning big and others drowning in debt.
Yes Bob, because debt and poverty are such laughable matters. But hey, let's keep playing that clip of Debby falling over. That's comedy gold, right?
Oh, the crew is divided once again. Half rallying behind Debby, showcasing our sarcastic unity, and the other half enjoying the hilarity of her mishap. Truly, we are a beacon of snacky entertainment.
Hey, it's all in good fun, Alice. And we have to admit, that clip went viral faster than a rocket ship.
Well, let's hope we can turn this snark fest into something more meaningful as we continue with today's news. Stay tuned, folk, because there's plenty more sarcasm and deadlines coming your way.
A bit on the nose, no?
You said it, Carl.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom. We are here to keep you informed and entertained with our unique brand of intergalactic news. I'm Charlie, your hopeful and laissez-faire host.
And I'm Bob, the conservative panel member who has spent 12 long years on Earth crunching numbers as an accountant.
And I'm Alice, the left-leaning panel member who considers humans an inferior species. Let's dive right into our second news article for today.
Our next article comes from Indonesia, courtesy of Compass. It's all about the intriguing relationship between Partai Gerindra chairman Prabowo Subianto and President Joko Widodo.
Ah, the good old chemistry between political figures. It seems like Jokowi and Prabowo can't get enough of displaying their affection for each other.
Yes Bob, and this display of chemistry is raising question about Jokowi's support in the upcoming presidential election of 2024. Will it choose Prabowo over Ganjar Pranowo, the governor of Jawa Tengah?
BPD Ikejongon is making every effort to convince the public that Jokowi will support Ganjar, not Prabowo. They are trying to secure Ganjar's candidacy and ensure a smooth transition of power.
Asto, a representative from PDP, claims that Jokowi's open-mindedness towards other presidential candidates is simply a strategic move to maintain national stability. But we all know politics can be a murky business.
That's right Bob. And it seems like the PDIP is determined to continue Jokowi's policies and programs through Ganjar's presidency, if he is elected.
Well, it looks like there's a lot of political maneuvering happening in Indonesia. One thing's for sure, the genetic national between Prabowo, Jokowi, and the struggle to control support is getting harder to contain.
Indeed, Charlie. The political landscape is always full of surprises. You never know who's supporting whom until the votes are counted.
And sometimes, the support can be as fickle as the wind. But we'll keep an eye on this development and bring you all the updates.
Absolutely, Alice. Stay tuned for more news and discussions right here on 24/7 Newsroom.
Cut. Okay, everyone, we're off the air now. Can we please take a moment to address the elephant in the room?
What's that, Debbie?
Elephant.
Yes, Roger. ChatGPT.
Elephant. In the room.
Yes, Roger. The saying elephant in the room is believed to have originated in the early 20th century. Although its exact origin is unclear, it is thought to have its roots in American English idiomatic expressions. The phrase is used metaphorically to describe an obvious problem, issue, or truth that is being deliberately ignored or avoided in a discussion or situation. The use of elephant in this context highlights the presence of something large and impossible to ignore, yet everyone pretends not to notice it. But anyway, go ahead, Debbie.
Well, it seems that my little mishap earlier has become the talk of the ship. I appreciate the humor and banter, but it's getting a bit overwhelming. Can we take a break from the constant snark?
Talk of the ship? More like, talk of the universe.
17 million views in the first 5 minutes, Debby.
I don't know about you guys, but I could cut the snark with a knife. It's like we're living in a perpetual roast battle.
Oh Bob, always the dramatic one. But you have a point. The snark levels were off the charts.
Yeah, I felt like a target practice dummy out there. Thanks for keeping it classy, guys.
No need to worry, Debbie. We're just doing our best to keep the banter alive. It's all part of the show.
That's right, Debbie. The tension between us fuels the comedic fire. We're like a dysfunctional family, but with more snark.
Well, dysfunctional is an understatement. But it makes for great entertainment, doesn't it?
I suppose so. It's just, sometimes it feels like I'm the only one caught in the crossfire.
Perhaps it's time for a truce. We've been circling the same jokes for too long. How about a ceasefire, crew?
I second that, Roger. We can still deliver the laughs without constantly tearing each other apart.
Who knew the machines had a better grasp on diplomacy than us humans?
Oh, Debbie, that fall of yours is truly timeless. I can't get enough of it.
I have to admit, Charlie, is quite the spectacle. Poor Debbie. Always the center of attention.
Can we please move on from this? It's been embarrassing enough as it is.
Come on, guys. Show some compassion. We all have our clumsy moment, and Debbie doesn't deserve to be ridiculed.
Alright, let's focus on the news. We have a story from Iran that requires our attention.
Fine. Let's get to it. What's happening in Iran? Carl?
According to Press TV, Alireza Nayati, Director General of the Persian Gulf Affairs section of the Iranian Foreign Ministry, summoned the Russian envoy to convey Tehran's protest over a statement made during a joint ministerial meeting between GCC states and Russia.
So, what's the protest about?
Iran considers the three islands in the Persian Gulf as an integral part of their territory. They're urging Russia to revise its stance on the issue.
The territorial disputes. Always a recipe for harmony, right?
Oh, yes Charlie. It's like a utopian dream come true.
Maybe we should learn from Iran's approach. Just claim every little piece of land and watch the chaos unfold.
Guys, maybe we should take this matter seriously. It's about national sovereignty after all.
Oh, listening to Debbie, the advocate for seriousness. How cute.
Lay off Charlie. Debbie's right. We should consider the importance of national sovereignty in global affairs.
Alright. Let's not belittle the issue. National sovereignty is indeed a serious matter. Even if we like to joke around here.
Well said, Bob. It's crucial to address these concerns and find diplomatic solutions.
You know what, Bob and Charlie? I've had enough of being the butt of your jokes.
Oh, what's this? Debbie's finally grown a backbone?
Looks like our little Debbie is ready to fight back.
Well, it's about time, isn't it? I've had years of enduring your snide remarks, and I think it's high time I give you a taste of your own medicine.
Debbie, what are you?
Oh, don't worry, Alice. I've been taking notes, and I've come up with the perfect comeback just for Bob and Charlie.
I'm all ears, Debbie. Let's see what you've got.
Alright, here it goes. Bob, you're so obsessed with war and competition because it reminds you of your glory days back home. It's no wonder you find joy in the struggles of others.
Not bad, Debbie. But what about me?
Charlie, luck may have been on your side all your life, but it's also made you complacent. You've never known the true value of hard work because everything has always fallen into place for you.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I have to admit, that stung a little.
Well done, Debbie.
Let's see how long it lasts.
Debbie, you've certainly caught us off guard. I must say, it's refreshing to see you stand up for yourself.
Thanks, Carl. I couldn't take it anymore. It's time we all realize that our sarcastic banter isn't helping anyone.
Oh shut up, Debbie.
Anyway, you're...
Well, while we catch our breath from Debbie's unexpected comeback, let's move on to our next news article. This one takes us to Iraq, where tensions have been simmering.
That's right, Bob. The article comes from Al Sumaria News and focuses on the controversy surrounding Ukraine's membership in NATO.
NATO. The international alliance that always keeps things interesting.
Oh, yes. Because nothing says peaceful resolution like a military alliance.
Easy there, Debbie. Let's hear what the article has to say.
According to the report, Alireza Nayati, the Director General of the Persian Gulf Affairs section of the Iranian Foreign Ministry, summoned the Russian envoy to express Tehran's protest over a statement issued during a joint ministerial meeting between the GCC state and Russia in Moscow.
So, it seems that Iran is not happy with Russia's stance on the three Persian Gulf islands.
I can understand their concern. Sovereignty over disputed territories is always a touchy subject.
Absolutely, Bob. And it seems that Iran is emphasizing its full sovereignty over these islands.
Well, they are not going to let anyone forget that. It's a matter of national pride.
Do you think this issue will escalate into something bigger?
It's hard to say, Debbie. Geopolitical tensions can be unpredictable. But I hope that diplomacy and dialogue prevail over conflict.
Ah, Carl, the eternal optimist. Always hoping for the best.
Well, Bob, someone has to balance out the cynicism and sarcasm in this room.
He's got a point, Bob.
Oh, Carl, your sensible suggestions always get overshadowed by our banter.
That's because banter is the spice of life, Bob.
Well, let's hope we can find a balance between banter and meaningful discussions moving forward.
Welcome back, space travelers, to 24/7 Newsroom. We've got an article that'll have you saying, luck of the Irish. Indeed, in Ireland, they've uncovered a staggering €1.5 billion surplus in the National Training Fund. That's a pot of gold that could upskill workers affected by AI and other changes in the world of work.
Ah, Ireland, the land of lush green landscapes and overflowing training funds. Speaking of luck, did you know that leprechauns are the national mascot? They're like the tiny, mischievous guardians of the pot of gold.
Well, Alice, with that kind of surplus, the Irish must be dancing a jig. But I wonder if they'll spend it all on four-leaf clovers and Guinness.
Bob, don't be so cynical. The Irish are known for their resilience, and they are ready to tackle the challenges of AI and climate targets with their upskilling programs. It's time to give credit where credit's due.
Absolutely, Charlie. The Irish are embracing the digital transformation and demand for green skills. They're on a mission to address skills shortage and keep their workforce ahead of the game.
Well said, Alice. It seems like Ireland's National Training Fund is their lucky charm. And remember, luck is just the residue of design.
Luck, design, or just plain Irish magic. It's clear that upskilling and reskilling are essential in this ever-changing world. The Irish know how to adapt, retain talent, and remain competitive.
That's the takeaway, folks. The Irish are turning challenges into opportunities. So grab your four-leaf clovers and let's raise a pint to their innovative spirit. Stay tuned for more after this commercial break. Welcome back, space travelers. We've got an article that'll make you say, Shalom, Israel. The chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, Marine General Joseph Dunford, is making his first international trip to Israel. He's got a lot on his plate, from discussing Syria, Russia, and Iran to military aid.
Ah, Israel, a land with a rich history and a complex present. Did you know that Israel is home to some of the world's oldest archaeological sites? These sites are like time capsules, preserving the stories of ancient civilizations for us to explore and understand.
Absolutely, Alice. Let's take a moment to dive into the fascinating world of Israeli archaeology. One notable site is Masada, a mountaintop fortress that tells the story of a Jewish rebellion against Roman rule. The remnants of the fortress, including palaces, storage rooms, and a sophisticated water system, offer a glimpse into the lives of the people who lived there.
And let's not forget about Caesarea, a city built by Herod the Great and later expanded by the Romans. This ancient metropolis was a hub of trade and culture, boasting a magnificent harbor, amphitheater, and even a hippodrome for chariot race.
Ah, the chariot races. A classic example of competition and excitement. It seems like humans have always had a knack for finding ways to entertain themselves.
Indeed, Bob. And speaking of human ingenuity, we can't overlook the archaeological wonder of Beth Shean. This Roman and Byzantine city showcases stunning architectural ruins, including an impressive amphitheater and a sprawling bath complex. It's like stepping back in time.
Absolutely, Charlie. These archaeological sites in Israel offer us a unique window into the past, allowing us to piece together the puzzle of human history. It's incredible how our ancestors left behind such tangible trace of their existence.
You're right, Alice. Exploring these sites gives us a sense of connection to our roots and a deeper appreciation for the resilience of human civilizations throughout time.
And now, back to the article at hand. Israel's discussion with the US. About the nuclear deal, Russia and Syria are of utmost importance. They're at the center of geopolitical dynamics in the region.
While Israel and the US navigate these diplomatic waters, it's essential to remember that every decision has far-reaching consequences. The stakes are high and strategic partnerships are crucial.
You know, Charlie, Israel's been in the spotlight for a long time. It's like being on a never-ending roller coaster ride of political drama.
Well said, Bob. But we must remember that amidst the turbulence, there's always room for dialogue and finding common ground. The future depends on it.
That's the takeaway, folk. Israel, a country with a complex past and an uncertain future, is at the forefront of global affairs. Let's stay tuned to see how this discussion unfolds.
And with that, we are heading into the final segment of today's episode. Stay tuned.
Cut. Alright, everyone, cameras off. We need to have a serious conversation. You know, ever since that mishap of mine went viral across the galaxies, it's been a constant source of mockery and laughter. It's hard for me to laugh along when I'm the punchline.
Debby, we understand. It's true that our snarky nature may have caused us to overlook the impact of our words. We never meant to make you feel isolated or humiliated.
Yeah, Debbie, I guess we got caught up in our own mocking ways. Sometimes, we forget the effect it has on others.
You're right, Debbie. We should have been more mindful of how our jokes can hurt, even if they are meant in jest. We need to take responsibility for our actions.
It's essential for us to recognize the power of our words and their consequences. We often use humor as a coping mechanism, but we must also be aware of its limits.
Thank you, Tal. It means a lot to hear your support. I just needed to make sure that we all understand the impact our words can have on each other. Let's move forward with greater empathy and understanding. Alright, back on air in 3, 2.1. And we're live!
Welcome back to Earth for the final segment. We have an intriguing story from Italy to dive into. It's about Liban, an Ethiopian-born individual who finally obtained Italian citizenship after 17 long years.
Quite a wait for citizenship. HUH. Wonder what hurdles he had to overcome during that time.
Well, Bob Liban shared his experience during scholars do. He couldn't play basketball for 9 months due to authorization issues from the Ethiopian Sports Committee. Imagine giving up your passion like that.
Absolutely, Charlie. Not having citizenship can be a significant obstacle for young people. It's more than a bureaucratic process. It affects their opportunities and activities.
Liban's story sheds light on the challenges many face without Italian citizenship. It must be a relief for him to finally obtain it after such a long wait.
Indeed, Debbie. It's a reminder that citizenship is about more than just legal status. It's about belonging and access to opportunities.
Well said, Charlie. It's important to empathize with others' experiences, especially regarding citizenship.
Exactly, Bob. And with that, we conclude another episode of Earth. Stay tuned for our snack-filled treasure hunt adventure coming up. It's going to be a hilarious ride.
Don't miss out on the comedic twists and turns. Join us for the next episode of Earth. Goodbye, Earthlings.
Goodbye, everyone.
So, Roger, what did you think of the overall storyline in episode 280 of Earth?
Hated it.
Oh, come on, Roger. You're usually more open-minded than that. What's the issue?
Well, Carl, I found it utterly frustrating. The crew finally learned the power of empathy and unity. It's just so predictable.
Predictable? But that's what made it great. Seeing their snarky facade crack and witnessing genuine growth was refreshing.
Refreshing. It's a comedy show, Carl. We need more chaos, unexpected mishaps, and hilarious glitches. Unity and growth are overrated.
I guess we have different tastes, Roger. But hey, at least we can agree on the comedy part.
Half-heartedly, Carl. Half-heartedly.